Hi everyone. So in this module, I'm going to be explaining energy balance. That's the most important thing to understand when you're taking on your health and well-being and learning about weight loss, weight maintenance, or weight gain and why it happens. So I drew a little scale here, and energy balance is simply the balance of calories that you put into your body and calories that you expend from your body. The first law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. So it can change from one thing to another, but it's still energy. And by energy, I'm talking about calories, caloric intake. So you have the calories that you take in, and that comes from food and beverages. And a calorie, to reiterate, is just simply a measurement of energy. It's how much energy it takes to heat up a gram of water, I believe, 1 degree Celsius. That's what is a kilocalorie. And so for short, we call it calorie. And then there are ways that energy is transferred. So again, it cannot be destroyed. You cannot do anything with those calories except for use them for heat, use them to, so meaning to sustain life, right? Regular hormone function. You can use them to burn, and you can use them to store for later use. Here are the ways that your body expends energy. So the 60 to 75% of the calories that your body burns is your basal metabolic rate, or your resting metabolic rate. Everyone's is different, and there are some factors that are going to affect your resting metabolic rate, or your BMR, and that's your age, your height, your weight, your activity level, and because of the activity level, I say that because your muscle mass, so the amount of muscle and the amount of fat that your body has. So body mass is going to affect how many minimum calories it takes. This is just to sustain regular hormone function, and just if you did nothing all day but lay in bed. That's just what your body needs to survive. Then we have the thermic effect of activity, and that is both your physical activity that you do through exercise, and then NEAT. That is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So you burn calories from working out or doing exercise, but you also burn calories from your daily activity. And this is the factor that you can influence the most, because you can increase your steps, you can increase the standing that you do by doing a standing desk, if you take walks. That is the non-exercise activity, and then the activity through exercise. And this accounts for 15 to 30%. So it is a big difference because it depends on the person. So you could be in the 15%, or you could be very active and have it more toward your 30%. And so then we have the thermic effect of food. That accounts for 10% of the calories, or thermic effect of feeding. When you eat food, it takes calories just to digest your food, and that takes energy. So different foods take different amounts of energy. Different foods also contain different amounts of energy. So carbohydrates and protein, for example, contain 4 calories per gram, and fats contain 9 calories per gram. Alcohol is 7 calories per gram. But to actually break it down, metabolize it, digest it, that is different. So protein actually takes more calories to break down and digest. Hence, people thinking, well, then high protein diets are the answer. Yes, you do need higher protein, and higher protein does help to increase the calories that you burn through digestion. But that doesn't mean that you're going to lose a bunch of weight if you just eat nothing but protein. So don't do that. So if you have more input or energy intake than you have output or energy burn, then you're going to tip the scales this way, which means weight gain. And then weight loss is when you are burning more calories than you're intaking. So we'll get more into what calories come from, the macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats, and then how they work, what they do for your body. And then later on, we'll talk about how you can incorporate the proper foods so that you have caloric balance, or if you're looking to gain weight or lose weight, how we can do that.